let's see. There we go. I averted the disaster, just slightly. But yes, let's go to Margon. Let's solve this issue with the Necromancer. And we also have a couple of new spells, so if we end up running into something bigger than what we've been running into so far, we can pull off a Shock Ball, which does 2 to 40 points of damage, which is better than my 15 to 30 points of Firebite. The Firebite is more reliable, but the Greater Shock Ball can be more devastating.
I must be going, so if you could make it quick.
Yeah, I don't care. So let's just make our way back to Margon, and we're going to solve this necromancy problem. My destination is indeed going to be Margon.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Yeah, I'm going to be back soon enough. So now we need to find this person. So the name was... now I'm just going to focus on this quest. So Tashbi Ashbibel, or something like that. So any one of you do you happen to know where this guy lives? Last house on the right before the shrine. So where the hell is the shrine? Do you happen to know? Where are the services? Any more specifics on this? Last house on the right before the shrine is apparently what we are going to get out of you. The problem is I don't know where the shrine is. So, oh, here it is. So apparently this is the house. Oh, hello there. Are you the person I'm looking for? You are. And what was my task here?
Precious, so make it quick.
My task was probably to, kill. Okay, so, you know, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to have to kill you now. And I probably want to still use the Firebite because I'm sort of in close quarters. Do I have any shielding that I can apply? I wonder if it's... I have full charge on the... I have full charge on the shock sword, so I should use that. And... well, I think we're going to try and see how well this goes. And maybe we will manage. So, I'm going to Firebite you to death now. If I can just pull up my magic. You seem to be casting a lot of stuff here. Apparently you also have nasty regeneration. Okay, screw that. You're going to get chopped to death because you seem to have some sort of a resistance, and you seem to also be using a lot of restore health. Also now, at this point, because my shock sword is out of charge, I'm going to use my Nordic broadsword. Stop using your freaking magic. This is going to take a while, because this person seems to be resisting arrest. Well, I'm not really arresting, I'm just executing, but... resisting execution is almost as bad, right? Luckily, this person doesn't have any weaponry, so it's just these nasty restores. And maybe she'll run out of restore stuff eventually. there is no escape indeed. There we go, that was actually simpler than many of the other fights we've had so far. And you have some potions that I'm actually going to bring with me. Because these are basically, those are free cure and yeah, cure stuff, cure potions. So we're going to bring all of that with us. I'm going to check what you were reading. Nothing that at least gives me any sort of skills. And then I'm obviously also going to rob you because you're dead. You don't have any use for any of this stuff anymore. And a closet with just ordinary stuff. We didn't find any clues as to... Well, we didn't find any evidence that this person was actually casting any necromancy. Particularly because she didn't actually even use any of it against me. I'm going to get myself some bread though. So... I mean, I don't really know if she actually did use any necromancy. She's dead now, so who cares? I'm going to sleep here. Because why not? I'm going to sleep here for not really 24 hours, but maybe like 14 hours. And that means that the current time is 2 AM, so I'm going to rest here for 4 more hours. And we're going to walk out like nothing happened. There is no dead corpse. Well, that's a little bit redundant, but there is no corpse in there, just, you know. So now we should head back and...
This better be important.
And now we can just head back to Mage's Guild, because we have that completed. So we're going to make the same trip again. We can also check the map for the actual location of Margon. So Margon is kind of up north. So going from Margon to Aldrune to Balmora by foot is not exactly a safe idea. I mean, going by foot from Aldrune to Balmora might actually be a somewhat good idea, because it means that I would probably find a lot of dungeons on the way, but it's also fairly spooky because, you know, nasty things can wait for you in the middle of the wasteland. There are indeed some quite nasty things out there. So let's just travel back to Aldrune, and then I'm going to continue the trip from here to Balmora.
Why walk?
Apparently it's raining. Indeed, why walk? Particularly because it's now fairly cheap for me to... Actually, I could have optimized that trip a little bit, because I can actually use the teleporter in, well, the teleportation facilities in Mage's Guild. So, and because Aldrune has a Mage's Guild, that means I actually could travel a little bit cheaper to Aldrune, and it's instantaneous. So if time is of the essence for some reason, which it never really is, I can travel to places like Aldrune, Vivek, and a few others instantaneously and for cheaper than using the Silt Strider. I would have still had to use Silt Striders to get from Aldrune to from Aldrune to Margon, but other than that I could have saved a little bit of money, but it doesn't matter because I have a fair amount already. So yes, I have killed this person. Can I tell you that somehow? Okay, I killed the person. So I get some elemental burst fire scrolls and fourth barrier scrolls. Not really sure if this is useful, the elemental burst fire. I think that's an offensive spell. I can probably put that to use. The fourth barrier, I don't actually remember what that does. Can I advance? Yeah, I don't have the... Okay, so that means I just don't have the requirements for magician, so I think What are my... What are the next requirements then? Oh, this is just the same stuff. So, how... Can I see them somewhere here? Because I remember there being a possibility to actually see what you need for your next... for your advancement. Do you have any duties? Major skill has been infiltrated by Talvani's spy. Go to the guild halls in Alderun, Vivek, and Santorith Mora. I'm sure there's a spy. When you find the spy, do not take any action. Report back to me. So this is basically a quest that introduces you to all of the major... Well, I think... Yeah, these are probably just the major skills. I think there are maybe more. But yeah, basically Balmora, Alderun, Vivek, and Sandrith Mora are the major skills. We can actually find out what all of the major skill locations are by going to the teleporter room. So Alderun, Vivek, and Sandrith Mora, and then we need to figure out where this spy is and then report back. Do not take any action. And this is actually fairly good because we have a quest from Aldrune to find this tome, the Chronicles of Nuleft or something like that. Nuleft, Kuleft. It's impossible. There are just too many. You cannot write words like that. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Vivek first. Because I remember there being a bookstore in Vivek that specializes in sort of more rare tomes. I think there's like a rare tomes something there. So we can figure that stuff out. And if we find the tome, we can just go to Aldrun and we can pull off multiple things at the same time. Okay, so we're going to use the... Okay, yeah, these are all of the major skills. So Balmora, Caldera, Sandrith Mora, Vivek, Alderun. So yeah, Caldera, apparently nobody cares about Caldera. I'm not really surprised because I didn't remember that there was a guild of mages in Caldera, so who cares? Let's go to Vivek.
Do you want something from me?
Yeah, I don't. And as you saw, all of the prices are exactly the same, so it's always 11 gold pieces to go anywhere with the major skill teleportation system, because it doesn't matter how far you go, because it's always the same operation and it always takes the same amount of time. So I can travel all the way to Sandrith Mora, which is... It's up here, I think. This might be Sandrith Mora. Or this. I think it's this, actually. This is Sandrith Mora, I think. It's one of the islands. And... yeah, you can go all the way there for 11 gold pieces. So, hello there. I'm looking for this book. So yes, Jobasha's Rare Books in the Market Canton has this, probably. Also, I'm looking for a potential Telvanni spy, but this is a very bad idea, by the way. You don't want to go asking about a spy, because that alerts the spy to your presence. But I'm going to ask about it anyway. I am a special advisor to Archmage Trebonius on Dunmer issues. You can check my credentials with Trebonius himself. Okay. So, let's see if you are a Telvanni spy then. I'm going to have to find this Trebonius. So,
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Greetings.
so this is the Trebonius then. So, I want to ask about this person's credentials. A letter from Okato himself. So these are the credentials of Tiram Gadar. And I can actually check these. The man delivering this letter is one Tiram Gadar. Though a Dunmer, he was raised in the Imperial Province. I recommend him as an advisor on the politics of Dunmer in Vordenfell. Sincerely, Akato. Wait a moment. Akato and Okato. because these are different things. So yes. So I feel like there might be some fakery here. Never mind. I'm not going to because I was not told to engage because this person said Okato, but the credentials here say Akato. The name is wrong. So it's possible that this is a forged paper. And I remember that this is indeed possibly the case. So we might be able to catch this person. Well, at least we might be able to accuse him of being a Telvanni spy. But we're not going to... We were specifically told not to attempt to do anything. We just need to report back. Yes, hello. And since we're here, let's actually make our way to the Market Canton, which should have the rare books store. Now I just need to figure out where Market Canton is, because Vivek is a maze.
All right then, I'm listening.
Sorry, that's just some sort of a random mess. But where is the... I think this... We just need to go this way maybe, and then we can find the exit. The way Vivek is built is a very confusing one. Because Vivek consists of these cantons, which are basically... Okay, so here's the... This is the Foreign Quarter Plaza. And we actually need to make our way to the Market Canton. So I'm going to ask you about Vivek. And actually I'm going to ask... Can I ask about services? I don't really care about the fines and stuff. Oh, yes, Shubashas. So that's it's here in Foreign Quarter on the west end of the Lower Wasteworks. Okay, so now we know that. We need to just make our way to the Wasteworks, the Lower Wasteworks that is, and find the west end.
We're watching you.
I don't care. I'm not going to do anything nasty here. So let's go to the Foreign Quarter. And it's still raining because, indeed, we haven't skipped any time. And apparently it's also a storm. It's a good thing that we are in. So this takes us to the Upper Wasteworks. We can actually make our way back to the... Well, we can make our way to the Lower Wasteworks from here. Also, the plaza is completely separate from the Wasteworks, which was a thing that really confused me when I first tried to do anything in Vivek, because the plaza is actually above the Upper Wasteworks. So what I think the case is that the plaza is sort of like a more rich area, and this Upper Wasteworks is like a very common area. Like there are some shops here, but these are like fairly low quality shops. We can take a look. For example, here's just a regular trader. And this is actually a Khajiit, so we need to keep that in mind, because we might be able to sell our moon sugar and stuff like that here. We can actually ask about Skooma if we want. But yeah, this is like a cheating arrows, cheating stuff, steel. Well, steel is okay, it's still not really great. Yeah, like very low quality stuff, and just random plates and stuff. So I think like this is... Actually, how much money do you have? Yeah, 100. So the seller... Like, this trader doesn't even have that much gold. So this is like a fairly low quality common people area, and I think the plaza is like... It has both of them guilds, and it has some of the like more higher quality shops, I think, too. So this is the Lower Wasteworks, so this is even lower. I don't think there's even any like real shops here. It's just the like we have the rare bookseller, but that's about it. So that takes us to the canal works, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. So, and I totally, once again, this is a problem I've noticed. I really confuse east and west easily, and I really shouldn't.
Let's not make this official outlander.
So let's find. Here's apparently an apothecary. That's probably... I'm actually going to take a look, because you might actually have something that I might find useful. For example, health potions. Resistance... Cheap restore, magicka. Once again, the problem is that this isn't really all that great. Like, this is very low quality stuff. Yeah, I'm not interested, because that actually doesn't do much good later. And here's an alchemist. And here's Yobasha's rare books. So let's see if you happen to have a certain tome that I would find useful. And we have a bunch of books here, but not the seller. Here's just...
Let's not make this official outlander. Move
so you're just an ordinator. I don't really care about you. You're just guarding this whole bunch of books. Mixed Unit Tactics Volume 1. Interesting. But yeah, I'm not going to go and steal stuff. We're just going to find Yobasha and ask them if they happen to own a certain tome. A tome that I would find most useful. Yes, I'm looking for this book. So perhaps you have a copy. Good. I'm going to check if you do. And if you do, I'm going to buy it from you. This is the problem with, you know, figuring out if they have something. Oh, here it is. Chronicles of True Left. And it's 250 gold. Easily worth it. It's an easily done quest, and we should probably take a look, because we after all we bought this. So, you know, if you want to read this, it's a very short book apparently. Oh, it was apparently open. Yeah, so you can read it quickly if you want. I'm not all that interested. I should really read, like, I always want to read the books in the Elder Scrolls games, but I always end up not really having the time or the interest to do so. Like, I know there is some like awesome lore and stuff in there, but I just never really quite care enough. Anyway, let's make our way back to the plaza. And I think this should take us outside to the foreign quarter. And then we're going to just take some stairs up to the plaza. And yeah, I don't care. Sorry, I'm being a person. But yeah, and this is just, you know, this is only one canton of Vivek. So there are like, I think there are maybe 4 cantons in total. I actually don't really know. Foreign quarter, Redoran quarter, and Lalu quarter. Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, obviously, because it's a quarter, there are 4. Yes, I should know this, because I know how math works. But yeah, there are 4 of these cantons here. And technically only the foreign quarter is allowed for... Well, I think there was a thing where, for a long time, many of the other quarters were completely sealed from any foreigners. But eventually it was allowed for anyone to go into the other quarters, but the foreign quarter still exists, and it still has like the most of the services you would want. I don't think there's, at least for me, there isn't really a reason to go to any of the other quarters. But yeah, that makes Vivek a really, first of all, it's a very big city, and second of all, it's also very confusing. They're just a charter. And now I have everything I want, so I'm going to head back to Aldrune. And once I'm done with Aldrune, I'm probably going to quickly check out Sandrith Mora and then head back. I don't really have anything to do in Sandrith Mora, but I might as well go there for just a quick check. So to Aldrune we go. We can ask about the Telvanni spy in here too, but I'm pretty sure I already know the spy. Unless it's a typo, because I mean it's entirely possible that it's just a typo. Yes, I do have your book. Here's your book. I hope you're always this efficient. I am, at least maybe. How about, you know, this Telvanni spy? Yeah, admission rules. Perform any duties assigned to you, blah 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 blah. Think that's just... Yeah, so you wouldn't accept Telvanni spy. How about, what do you know about Trebanius? So apparently nobody... Well, this person doesn't really care about this Trebanius.
How may I help you, Nord?
I could ask about the other people here about the Telvanni spy, but I don't really care about going on a hunt for the Red October for now. So let's visit Sandrith Mora, ask about it there from the guild master or the guild leader, local guild leader. And we might also check if they have other like duties for me to perform, so I can add those to my journal and just keep, you know, doing stuff. So let's go to Sandrith Mora, the Wolverine Hall, which holds the Mage's Guild, because Sandrith Mora, I think Sandrith Mora is this whole island here. And the Wolverine Hall is sort of like an imperial fort that was set up here. But the rest of Sandrith Mora is like inhabited by the locals, and they have weird stuff like slavery here, for example. And basically the Mage's Guild doesn't really have much contact with the local city, well, the local village. It's really a village. There's a boat, like there's a harbor and stuff, so we can like get a boat and stuff to and from there.
May I help you?
No, I'm going to talk with this person. So I want to know if you happen to have a Telvanni spy around here. So these people wouldn't accept a Telvanni spy. Do you happen to know anything about Telvanni spies? Don't know of any spies. Do you know of any duties? So here's apparently Skink in Tree's Shade is the local duty person. And I believe that is this person here. So an Argonian. I'm here for duties. Right now I'm busy making a detect creatures potion for Edwina. So later, so currently no duties for me. That is a shame. I think that the duties here unlock when we're done with Balmora or something like that. But yep, no spies.
I need something.
So we're just going to go back to... We're going to go back to Balmora now, because that's all of the things we had to do. We probably caught the spy on our first trial when we went to Vivek, but you know, we were told to visit all of the halls, so we might as well. Also, that means that we now have them on our... Well, actually, we don't have... Oh yeah, we obviously don't have Sandrith Mora on our map, because we never left the Wolverine Hall. So, technically we haven't still visited Sandrith Mora itself. So, I think I figured out the spy. Yes, this is exactly the kind of proof that I was looking for. Excellent work. It's a shame that the guild is run by a scuttlehead with no sense or ambition like Trebonius. Everyone seems to hate Trebonius. These credentials are the worst forgery I've seen in years, even though Kato's name is misspelled, that's what I thought. Please take these scrolls and this dagger for helping me. So I got the Soul Drinker and 2 scrolls of Summon Golden Saints.
I don't know
Summon
where to begin.
scrolls are always useful. They allow me to maybe get myself some allies if I'm in a tough fight. How about the Soul Drinker? So here's the Soul Drinker. It's soul traps, which is not something I'm too keen on, but one thing it is it's worth a lot. The worth of this dagger is 11,000 gold pieces, because it's soul trapping blade. That's why. I don't have a use for it, so that means I basically can get a ridiculous amount of money for this. The problem is, nobody has that much money. But I'm going to keep it around. I might check the local trader. Well, the local traders, they most definitely don't have the money for this. But I might be able to get like a bunch of money for it if I find a really, really wealthy trader. So